Hey, baby. Hey, baby, baby, hey, baby. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, now breathe, baby. Hey, baby, baby, hey, baby. Hey, baby, baby, hey, baby. Yeah. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take
a tough decision on their hands now. And this, early on, it's one you can't afford to get wrong.
Excuse her while she kisses the sky. Excuse her while she kisses the sky.
Yeah, not too much analysis needed here. This is quite a get at this stage of the draft. One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here. Instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with. These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass on... Yeah, I think they got the best player there. And they got a guy that fills a big need, so that's an excellent choice. Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be clamoring for a skill player. But do you listen to him or go after someone who can help you up front? Tough call here. Do you try and get tougher up front or get yourself a player in what we call a skill position? Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower rate. Yeah, I don't think you needed a crystal ball to see that pick coming. That's all about loyalty and familiarity right there. Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. Now it's getting to the time of the draft where you really want to get lucky and hope somebody falls into your lap. One Seahawk's been taken already. Could there be a second to go here? Boy, you talk about a friendly turn to the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here.
Show me what you like. Hey, I put money, I can match it for ya. I'm in this all white fit, looking like a brick and all them zippers on a jacket on ya. He got a thing for a Latin. He wanna I told him it ain't practice it.
A new era begins today. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Draft Champions. The Steelers enter play this afternoon, ready to see what they've got and how or if these pieces are going to fit together. Their opponents in this one, the Chicago Bears.
All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a Draft Champions matchup and what is set to be a great Draft Champions matchup. In the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and these guys should have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. They're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Let's roll. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Rivers. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him. Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Kelvin Benjamin, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, That'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On the catch, it's Crowder. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw on second, McNabb over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd and short. Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3.
Let's go!
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action now. Rivers. Deep drop. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First down, Rivers. The left side completion to Jones. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Now Rivers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rivers. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Again, it's Rivers. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call. I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down, Rivers. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Rivers. That's complete right around the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Kelvin Benjamin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time. We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. McNabb. He's got time in the pocket. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Michael Bennett able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. Big sack on second down. Now the offense needs to convert here on third. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack. Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. It's a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Bears defense as they head out to set up shop now. They were picked apart really on that last drive through the air. Now 2 touchdowns against some of the passing variety here in this first half.
And momentum totally going against them right now. One way to shift it, a big sack, or some sort of a takeaway. They've got to find a way to get back in balance in this game because right now they're under siege.
Yeah, they're a little bit shaken. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Being chased, and he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Phillip Rivers on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Well, that was a quick-hitter drive. They had the huge play to get him down near the goal line, and then they run it in. I don't know that the defense ever had a chance to catch their breath.
A lot of the time now when we see people hit big plays, and each team defines a big play their own way, 10, 15-yard gains. In this case, it was a huge gain. They often want to hurry up and go right away. Keep the momentum going, hit them again, and I think we just saw that there. The second play resulted in pay dirt.
Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
To throw on second, McNabb. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Grand 38.
From the gun, here's McNabb. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, bounced right back on it, keeps possession. Here's Brad Nordman now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A little track jump. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll come out in the pistol. Rivers on 1st down. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They go play action here on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marvin Jones, 50 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ian Williams with a tackle.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he takes it all the way down to the 20. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. 3rd quarter now. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. A gutsy call there. You exit the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Now it's McNabb. And this one is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And now it's 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
2nd down, McNabb. Surveying the field. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
Out of the gun, McNabb. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Cundiff able to knock it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, I guess we're at the stage here where they wouldn't say no to any points, but I don't think field goals are what they're looking for here in the second half.
I don't either, Brandon. When you're down as much as they are, that's the sign of a head coach waving the white flag to me.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them?
Kelvin Benjamin, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kelvin Benjamin, 75 yards. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory. 3
touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1, we want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
McNabb to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for the Bears on 3rd. 56 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bears cut into that lead.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
And he's able to put it through. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They've got to make a few additional changes.
Jordan Matthews all by himself. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jordan Matthews, 64 yards. And this Steelers offense is running away with this one.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That is caught inside the 5. And he will not make it to the goal line. It's his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They go play action. It's McNabb. Thomas has got it. Complete. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Freeman again. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. Back now in Miami. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. From the gun, here's McNabb. Complete to Gilmore over the middle. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up, whether it's on your...
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big run there by Freeman. 73 yards. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Rivers now on second down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And it's 3rd and 5.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin from 4 yards out. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
To throw on second, McNabb. This one caught by Crowder. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Let's go. White 90. White 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. So out comes the field goal team now for the second. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 1st and 10, Rivers. Buying time to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyle Williams able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. And now they're in the hurry-up. Rivers here to throw. And that one is incomplete. He just dropped it. But they're up big on the scoreboard, so maybe he can chuckle about later.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Fourth down, Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. Oh, shifty. Whoa. He won't go down. Kelvin Benjamin. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Now it's Crowder. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the third sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think, it starts to get in the quarterbacks. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Mike Bennett in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Look at the spin.
Offside, defense.
Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And that one was relatively easy to see. And that's blocked. The Steelers get it. Now this will be picked up. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside, defense.
Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Offside, defense. Still 4th down.
Here's Brad Nordman now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Automatic 1st down.
Let's go! Run!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game.